Select your hero.
Yeah, let's I'm still coming off the shock of having succeeded with Raph. So I need to put on my Leo hat. I'm not, and I'm also looking at chat too. When's melee? Never. Never again. Maybe if the community cleans up their act. But yeah, honestly, I don't really play fighting games, any kind of fighting game anymore. At least not seriously. Those days are over. Yo, what's up, Redfire? Yeah, Leo is the last one. I currently have a RAF 1 encoding on my other computer. I wound up doing that one offline because I just wanted to make sure I had full focus. Wow. Literally the perfect timing. I do also plan to improve my Usagi one too, because I don't like my current Usagi one. It's too sloppy. So that is coming after I finish Leo. I have blasphemous, but I haven't actually finished it. Oh, dodge, Leo? I was hoping I would get all 3 hits on that one. A little bit too slow.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good. Big Apple, 3 p.m.
So yeah, the last 3 characters that I'm doing are gonna have 4K videos on YouTube. Just because I literally didn't think to make the other ones 4K. It does take a little bit longer for me to actually like encode them and upload them and all that, but I think it's worth it. So the KC one is 4K. The RAF one is in the process right now of encoding. and then the Leo one will follow shortly after. But yeah, like I said before, I don't really play as much as I used to. These days, most of what I do is I study a lot of science and trying to learn a lot of things that I didn't learn in school. I mean, I've always been like a chronic learner, but I've basically supercharged. I supercharge my learning. Like, I actually read textbooks now for fun. Like, it's actually a thing that I do now. I've just recently started a physics textbook because I don't have I never had like a comprehensive physics education in school. So there's that. I study a lot of astronomy on my own. I have a textbook for that as well. And study a lot of evolution. So things like that. I've been filling a lot of my time with learning those kinds of things. Because I mean, I wouldn't say I had like the worst schooling. It could have been a lot worse. You know, I could have been like homeschooled or something, but it wasn't the best either. Like, there were like so many gaps. So I'm trying to fill a lot of those gaps, and it's incredibly fun, honestly. How's my vision? It's really good now. Like, it's super fucking good. Like, it's not so great after I get done with a streaming session, because I'm literally staring at a screen for several, usually like around 3 hours. But that's temporary. That's just like some temporary eye strain. That goes away if you focus on like distance vision and relax your eyes. That goes away. It's not like a permanent thing. So yeah, glad you remembered that too, because that is something that I remember mentioning a long time ago, that I was working on that.
Say your prayers. You never learn, Rocksteady.
I hate when 4 of them appear. That always sucks. And I hate when he does the spread shot when there's a bunch of them. I'd much rather him use the grenades, because the grenades actually kill them too. But the spread shot doesn't do jack to them. They just had to get a word in. That was almost a perfect fight.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
I haven't used glasses in literally years.
Mutants over Frog.
Like, I have not put on glasses in years. It's been like 4 years since I've actually used glasses of any kind.
Let's keep our eyes on the road.
Game has great music. Yep, it does. In my opinion, the best Turtles soundtrack. Except for like a few tunes from Turtles in Time arcade. Okay, you guys are getting... You're getting the business here. That's what... Sure. Just Leo stuff. Enemies get cheeky, you gotta Leo all over them.
We're gonna stomp you, wimps. Your history.
Sure, Leo. Try to sneak in the extra hits, but so this is one of those bosses where you can... Oh, cool. Forgot that doesn't do anything. It's one of those bosses where, like, if you know the general strategy, you can kind of be a little reckless and still have a lot of leeway. So I'm not really worried about that fight. That fight is tricky in the beginning because it's very different compared to a lot of beat 'em up games. Most beat 'em up bosses do not play in that way. Like, it's very, very different. So it does take... There's an adjustment period, but once you adjust, it's actually pretty easy. Love how they eat ice cream through the mask. Leo, grab him. Sure. Okay. Something I would like to know. I would like to know if the characters in this game have different hurt boxes. It's not something I've tested, and I kind of don't really want to test that. It would be awesome if there was something like a hitbox or like hurtbox viewer, like a mod or something that people. Wow, that backfired. But yeah, like a mod or something that the community can make that shows like the hitboxes and hurtboxes of everything. I haven't found any information pertaining to that. The closest thing I found is damage values, which is really easy to test on its own. The damage value guide is pretty helpful. It's on the Steam community page. But this game has a relatively like simple damage system and health system. It's not like Turtles in Time Arcade where that game has like a health chunking system, and the way it works is very like unintuitive compared to like other video games. No banana for you. Yeah, in this game, 1 HP is 1 HP. If your strike does 1 HP, the enemy takes 1 HP of damage. It's that simple. Turtles in Time Arcade doesn't... The damage system doesn't work that way. Alright, this guy you can actually kind of bullshit him with, Leo, like this.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
There are a few things in the game that make me suspect that every character has the same hurt box, but it is kind of hard to tell because you're pretty much only basing it on what you can see from the sprite mostly. But there's a safe spot in the statue fight. Every character can take advantage of it, but the thing is, the safe spot is pretty wide, so that by itself doesn't really you can't really conclude much from that. There's also a spot that's fairly safe against Krang with regards to the mace, and every character can kind of take advantage of it. That one is a little bit better in terms of testing, but still kind of hard to tell. Hitboxes, of course, are different across the board. Different characters have different hitboxes and all that. Wow.
I'll finish you off myself.
I'll take it. The baby mousers are so adorable. They try.
I am a rat king. You're trespassing on royal grounds.
Well, the turtles in all the arcade games and this one, I don't consider this an arcade game, it's just inspired by arcade games. But the turtles in the arcade games and in this one all have different attack hitboxes. They're not just a different coat of paint. So it's not just a palette swap. Leo does pretty well against Rat King, honestly, because he has a really favorable dash attack for this fight.
This isn't
Nice.
befitting a king.
Looks like another victory.
But yeah, in Turtles in Time Arcade, the characters do have different hitboxes on their attacks. They're not just a palette swap. They have different ranges, hitboxes, and frame data, different frame data.
We've gotta stop.
But yeah, I agree. It was meant to take your money. So basically, they design a game and say, well, technically, this is fair enough. You can technically beat these bosses or with these strategies, right? But it's gonna be so impractical that, like, this is their thinking, right? The devs, this is their thinking. Technically, it's fair because technically this you can counter this with this. But it's like a really specific thing, or like it just requires like really tight execution, or you know, they have the random element there to kind of account for players getting better at the game, and say, oh, well, if players are really good, well, the game is random. So they have ways of making arcade games that are like on the face of it seem fair, but really still drive home the point that they want your money. And I think Turtles in Time is one of those games where they just kind of saw like on paper it was fair, because you know for damn certain none of those devs actually beat that game on their own. When doing all their playtesting, none of those jokers actually got a 1cc for that game. They just kind of did it like an on paper technical thing, like, oh yeah, technically you can beat this with this strategy, right? So we just need a player who can do all of that without fail, without getting randomed out. Little did they know that there is such a person who has too much time on his hands to do that. People who could have spent their lives doing something more useful. But who needs a life full of useful things when you can waste it playing Turtles in Time? You thought you were hiding from me? He seriously thought he was hiding behind the escalator. Leo sees all. He's the leader. Kick Shredder in the shins.
Behold the light of
I mean, they...
It's game over for you, Tempestra.
Oh. They went out of their way to make, to give, the Turtles an invincible, like, DP. They said there's a lot of situations in this game where you need to be able to escape. So they at least had the wherewithal to include that in the game, which is more than you can say for Turtles 1, because Turtles 1 does not have a DP in it. So get away from the smoke. I kind of wasn't paying attention during this fight because I was talking about DPs in Turtle games. But it's fine. This is kind of a throwaway fight, so it doesn't matter if you take some hits.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
I mean, not all beat 'em ups have them. There are definitely some early beat 'em ups that they don't have them. And I mean, Simpsons is from the 90s, and Simpsons doesn't have a DP. but I think they caught on after a while. I think later on they figured out that you should include DPs in your beat 'em up games, because otherwise it is kind of too ridiculous.
I'll handle this.
Oh, please grab him.
Back at you, creeps. It's that time!
This section always looks goofy.
I'll finish you off myself. Hi-ya! 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 Hi-ya!
Wow, the guy grabbed me, completely ruined my plans. He thwarted my diabolical scheme. Alright, man, take it easy. Nice seeing you again.
You wimps.
Oh, Bebop. Come on. You ruined my streak. I don't care about the hit streak, but like the combo, I literally do not care about that, but I wanted to kill Bebop without taking damage. I hate when he does this loop. It's so annoying.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good. Panic in the sky!
So recently I was rewatching a couple of my Turtles in Time videos, and it's hysterical. Like it's there's certain things in the game that it just makes me laugh in terms of like how they intended to trick up like the average player. Like enemies that do like these little shimmy dodges and they store how many they do, so you can actually kind of like bait them into doing it and take advantage of their AI. There's different AI modes that they switch between. Some AI modes are like more defensive and some are like more aggressive and faster, and you can literally see them switch. You can see when they when they're really trying to get you. It's really funny, some of the things that they do in that game. There's a section of Starbase near the end that has like a double electric laser or something, and there are enemies that appear from behind you. The yellow ones appear from behind you only after you. Normally the devs would expect you to jump over the laser so that you wind up in between the two lasers. Of course I don't do that because that puts you in a worse spot. So I actually just begin to jump over the first laser and then I move backwards so that I'm not pinned between two lasers. But you literally have to do that in order to bait them out. And it's hysterical because they literally do that on purpose to kind of screw with you. They're like, oh, the player's gonna jump over these lasers now because they have to. So we're gonna make these enemies spawn only after they jump over the lasers, so that they have to fight these enemies while pinned between two electric lasers. It's hysterical, the design decisions they came up with for that. And the game is like littered with stuff like that. It's so funny. This game by comparison does not have anything remotely like that. Please hit Wingnut. There you go.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
Crisis at Coney Island.
Back at you, creeps.
I wasn't trying to do that.
Back at you, creeps. Hi-ya!
That guy does that a lot.
Hi-ya! Your history.
Yeah, honestly, I would recommend, like, if you haven't seen those videos yet, I would recommend watching at least my Leo one, because Leo is actually the worst character in Turtles in Time. And he's also the last one I did a deathless 1cc with. Which means it has all the most up-to-date strats at the time. So you're gonna see strats in the Leo one that is not necessarily gonna be in every one of my videos. It wound up being pretty good watch in my opinion. Not that the others are not, but basically the more recent the video, the more updated the strats, and Leo is like the most recent one that I had. Oh, the part, oh man, I was talking about the part with the lasers. That's nothing compared to the part where the 6 purple ninja that teleport in. That part is crazy. That part is crazy because normally the game imposes a limit. It's based on rank, but the game normally imposes a limit on the hardest difficulty of 12 enemies max on screen. But this one section of Starbase where you have a group of enemies appear and the screen unlocks, and when you move forward, 6 enemies teleport in and they completely circumvent that limit. So you wind up having this ridiculous mass of enemies on the screen at once that normally would not happen. It's really wild. I wound up having to develop an extremely specialized strat for that one section. And the crazy part about that section is that if you do well enough to unlock the screen, because like in Turtles in Time, you have to kill a certain number of enemies in order to unlock the screen. It's not like this game where you have to defeat all the enemies on the screen. Like each screen essentially in this game has its own like set enemies, and then once you get rid of all of them, the screen unlocks. In Turtles in Time, that doesn't happen. In that game, it's based on how many enemies are on screen and how many you get rid of. So if you get rid of enough to unlock the screen, in that section with the teleporting enemies, you can still have a massive group on the screen when you unlock it, and then when you move ahead, there's 2 turrets shooting lasers at you from the right side of the screen, and then a bunch of yellow guys with the discus like frisbee weapon that they throw. Those guys appear while the previous group is still chasing you down. It's so nonsense. And I wound up having to develop a really specific strategy to get past that part, because otherwise that is actually like one of the true unfair sections in the game. There's definitely unfair things in terms of the mechanics, but in terms of screens and like specific sections, that's one of the few that I would say is truly unfair in terms of how it was designed. And the reason I say that is because there's no way you'd be able to get through it consistently just by kind of fighting normally. And Starbase has another section like that. The ice section is like that as well. Because the ice section also, it puts you in a position where there's only two very tiny spots that are safe, technically. And those 2 spots, you're forced out. Like, you can't stay there because of the enemies that are trying to attack you. So it's not like you could just stand there the whole time. So you get to that section, you have to kind of manipulate the enemy's movement and where you're standing, because there's only 2 realistic safe spots from the ice. You can't DP through the ice because the ice moves upward. So if you do a DP, the hitbox of the ice outlasts your invincibility of your DP. So you wind up getting hit anyway. And then the screen locks in that section. It locks so that you have to fight enemies with the ice there. The only way you can actually get past that section is if you defeat enough enemies to unlock the screen. And that's kind of difficult to do when you have random ice freezing you, and it does instant damage. The ice does instant damage to you, and it does a lot of instant damage. It's it's so hysterical. This game, by comparison, there's so many. This game is incredibly tame by comparison. It just makes me laugh. It makes me laugh so much. It's part of what makes Turtles in Time really fun. For me to to figure out the strategies to get past that was actually a puzzle that needed to be solved, and I had fun solving it. But I gotta be honest, 99% of players are gonna hate it. They hate it. No one wants to put in that type of effort just to be able to successfully beat the game the proper way. And I totally get that. I totally understand that sentiment. But yeah, I mean, it's not that I had forgotten necessarily all of those I didn't forget those aspects of the game. You don't play the game as long as I have and forget those things. But I got a chuckle. I got a chuckle out of it. It gave me a chuckle because it's been a while since I've watched those runs or played Turtles in Time. So seeing it again, it just made me laugh. And then it's kind of a shame that when I say, oh, I 1cc Turtles in Time on the hardest difficulty with no deaths, you say that to most players and they'll be like, oh, I did that too. I've literally heard that. But the thing is that they're thinking of the Super Nintendo version, which is literally not even the same game. It's a different game. The Super Nintendo version is a different game with the Turtles in Time coat of paint on it. Wow! He literally caught me before I was able to roll away. Yeah, Starbase is crazy. Yeah, if you put in the time if you put in the Turtles in Time, the game is super fun and you'll definitely get better at it, but it takes a considerable effort to actually learn how to 1cc it, which in my opinion is very rewarding if you like that sort of thing. I was trying to get Metalhead with that, but it's fine. Get the monsters away from me too.
System crash.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good. Dinosaur stampede!
Yeah, the thing is, on the hardest difficulty, there are so many enemies, and mind you, I did that on the harder version of the game, which has more enemies than the other versions. The thing about that, playing the game in that manner, it makes it that the stages take so long that you literally cannot beat the later half of, like the latter half of the game, without dodging the bomb in the way that I do. It's literally the only way, because there's so many enemies that if you try to get through it the normal way, you don't have enough time to beat the level. That's especially true of Starbase, because if you notice in my runs, if you've seen my runs of very hard mode, Starbase, I have to dodge 2 bombs, because with the strat that I use to be safe in the level, it winds up taking over 10 minutes. And that's completely different from literally every other stage in the game. But yeah, you can beat easy mode, and I do this in the speedrun. I have a video of a speedrun of Turtles in Time. Oh, what? Oh, it's because since the last attack is multi-hit, it actually touches his shield. Interesting. But yeah, in the speedrun, for one thing, I play an easier version of the game, so there are fewer enemies to fight. So obviously, fewer enemies means faster time, so it's ideal for a speedrun. But on easy mode, there are fewer enemies on easy mode, and you actually can play the level normally without having to dodge the bombs. Except Starbase. Well, actually no. Starbase, you can actually still beat it on time. It's extremely tight. You have to rush the hell out of that stage. And you can just barely do it. That's on the easiest version of the game on easy mode. And you barely have enough time to beat the stage if you speedrun the hell out of it. Nope. Katana slash. Yeah, the only one there that can explode is the foot ninja. Ah, that's fine. No, get away from the super pizza. Not gonna trick me.
Glory to the Triceratops Empire.
You're about to be history, Zorax. I'll handle this. I'll finish you off myself.
Oh, Triceratops. No!
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
Oh, did you actually 1cc the game?
My children.
It won't fly.
I'd like to see that if you have a video. If you wanna like whisper me the video or something. Because when I first started doing attempts for 1cc's Turtles in Time, literally no one had a video of it. I was basically the first one to have any kind of video for that. And the funny thing about that is that when I first started, I had no idea that there were easier versions of the game available. I just played my region. And my region is North America, so that's the version I played. And then I'm like, hold on, there's other versions? So I looked into those. And I wound up getting a 1cc like right away. As soon as I played the easier version, I got the 1cc like within a few attempts, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a big difference. Playing the harder version made me equipped for the easier ones. So then I started exploring like the differences between the versions. Well, I explored them as I was playing. And then eventually I went back to the North American version, and I wound up getting that one pretty quickly after I did the other versions. But yeah, that took a while, and it took a while to do those, and then I just kept doing them, and now I just have like this huge playlist. I'm very proud of those, by the way. If it hasn't become obvious, I'm very proud of those 1cc's, because it's literally like, gaming wise, it's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, other than like some fighting game competition stuff. Oh, canceled too soon there. Too soon on that, but whatever, we'll do that. That was a good stage. Favorite character in this game? It's between Leo and Usagi. It was Leo previously, but since they released Usagi, now I'm not sure.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
Yeah, Leo and Usagi, they just feel like complete characters. Leo has basically everything going for him. I think he might be slightly better than Usagi. But it's kind of hard to say because Usagi has some air options that literally no other character has, and they're really good. So it is kind of difficult to say for sure.
Gotta stop. Hi-ya!
Katana slash.
Hi-ya!
Nope. Nope, nope, nope. That's a big nope from me. I did not want to walk into him. Katana slash. No. Jeez. I was trying to move down so that wouldn't happen. But we're good. We're still good. for the good luck, Dark Pro.
More crimes will shall be done.
I'll finish you off myself.
Intruder alert.
Katana slash.
Oh, I wasn't planning on getting all of them.
I'll handle this.
Ah, he moved up.
Your history. I'll finish you off myself.
Nice, very nice.
Down.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good. Let's crash Shredder's party, amigo.
What's up, Redfire?
Arch enemy.
Saw the Casey run. Yeah, I like the Casey run. And that Shredder fight was really good. I don't think they necessarily buffed him. I think it's just that because when you play with red switches, if you have faster foot turned on, technically Shredder is part of the foot, so he moves faster. I think that's what it is, literally. He just moves faster and he does more damage because you have the red switches on. but it doesn't seem to me like they changed anything about like the enemy AI or anything like that. They just kind of like upped the stats of, you know. I mean, the extra damage thing is really, it literally just matches gnarly mode damage is all it does. Because if you play without that turned on, it has a okay difficulty damage. I wanted to get a bit of meter here. Oof, you didn't see him. I love how like clean that is. Shit. No, get away from that. Come over here. That always looks really silly. It kind of reminds me of the bowling balls in Starbase in Turtles in Time. Oof! That's funny. Yeah, get some meter. I grabbed the guy and then they hit me out of it.
I'm gonna trash you, mutants.
All right.
Trashed. Oh. Looks like another victory for the forces of good. Now,
Almost there.
let's get down to business. Outworld Strangeoids. Back at you, creeps. Hi-ya!
Ha! Right when I hit the button is when he hit me.
Hi-ya!
I love how he was just like shimmying while I was moving.
Hi-ya! Hi-ya!
Cool.
Back at you, creeps. I'll finish you off myself. Hi-ya! Hi-ya!
Whoops. Bad input there.
Hi-ya! Reset time! Hi-ya!
They tried to bullshit me again. But we got through it.
I am invincible. I'll teach you some manners. Hi-ya! Hi-ya!
I wasn't trying to do that. I wanted him to go the other way.
I'll finish you off myself.
Oh, that's fine as long as we don't get hit there. Ah, shit. Nice. Alright, cool. We're in a good spot right now.
You fell for my diversion. I have a surprise for you. I will show you how a true ninja fights. The world is mine.
Leo versus Shredder. It's a 10-0 matchup.
You haven't seen the last of me.
Alright, so I did this in the RAF run too. I changed up how I do this fight to account for what happened last time.
I shall rule the earth with an iron fist. Hi-ya!
Can probably use this, it's safe with Leo. Dude, I rolled the wrong way. I mean, I didn't have to roll, but I wasn't sure if I was actually in the safe spot, even though the safe spot is actually like pretty big. I wound up rolling the wrong way and taking a hit right at the end, but that's fine. I just got to keep my wits about me here. Super Shredder doesn't do nearly as much damage as Statue of Tyranny.
Give it up, Shredder. It's over.
Give it up, Shredder. It's over. It's not over yet, Leo. It's almost over. Don't get complacent. I love Leo's idle animation, it's so good. He's done. Did it! 10-0 matchup, just like I said. Oh, 9 out of 9 characters. We done. I had a feeling that wouldn't take too long as Leo.
Looks like another victory for the forces of good.
Another victory for the forces of good, my man. Oh, so explanations for those things. Yeah, so quick cancels. Well, I mean, I'm just kind of I don't know what part you're referring to, but it's probably like the dash canceling stuff. So actually, let me wait until after this is over and I like stop my recording, and then I'll explain it. I've explained it in other videos, but yeah, let me just finish this up real quick, because then it's gonna be kind of weird. I'm just gonna be like cut off mid explanation as I cut off my recording. So if you're watching this on YouTube, yeah, I don't know. Send me a message or something, or I might, if anyone really wants to know, just post a comment and I'll explain it, because I can't guarantee I'm gonna save my Twitch VOD with the explanation. So if you really want to know, post a comment and I'll respond to it.